Tonight on WCW Nitro, we've got the last stand of Eddie Guerrero as he challenges Scott Hall for a shot at the world title and potentially his career on the line, and a whole lot more. Welcome back to Spike Power Driver. My name is Anders, and this is WCW 2000, played on Total Extreme Wrestling 9. But it's played with a twist, because before every show, which we've already booked, you can see here, don't look too hard because you'll get some spoilers, we go to this tab and we have basically a load of booking ideas that will change the course of the night as soon as we refresh them. If you want to add more ideas to this, let us know in the comments. Also, subscribe to the channel, like the video, all of that wonderful things. And here we go. We've got, oh no, not another mid-card stable. Okay, we have no direction. Form a mid-card stable. Don't give them any direction and disband them again after a month, never mentioning it. Oh, God. Right, let's see. We've got too many stables already. Right. Who is available in... I mean, do we need a face stable? No, it's got to have to be a heel stable, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at the roster. That's main events. No, we want some really recognizable, at best, disposition, heel. Who can we have in here? Okay, Berlin. We've not used him yet. Maybe we'll have Berlin involved. Disco Inferno. Humor. Let's just have a real misfit stable added together. So I think we've got Berlin with the Barbarian as muscle, and let's go with Hugh Morris and Disco as a tag team. There we go. What can we call these guys? Right, let's go to the stables, create a new stable here. Right, so we want Berlin as the new leader. We want the Barbarian as muscle. This is just complete nonsense already. Disco as he's just, I mean, a member, and Hugh Morris also as a member. Can we suggest the name? They're a faction. Yeah, they can be a faction. Are they important? No, not in the slightest. Disposition, heel. Suggest name. The Troop, maybe. The Sickness, the Syndicate, Court of Chaos, We Are Legion. Now, come on, we need some good names here. Mass Effect, Department, Partisan. These are all terrible names, which is good because we want terrible names for the Swines. Oh, that's it. We are no, we can't. No, we got to be at least some sort of Crew, Brotherhood. X. We'll go with X now. X Force. Posse, Coming Storm. These are all wonderfully bad names, but well, the minority. Because no. I mean, sorry, I'm literally just pressing the suggest name button and laughing at some Operation Overlord. No, the Colony, the Prime Wardens. Right, I'm going to do 2 more suggests and go with whatever's left. 1. Hang on. 1. Select something. There we go. 1, 2. Enmity. I mean, okay, let's go with that. Wonderful. Enmity? I don't even know what that means. Some name value, hardly a major power. Right. We need this stable angle now. Right. Enmity is formed. Berlin leads his new group and claims that they want to earn respect and win gold in WCW. There we go. Wonderful. Right. Enmity forms. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Right, we'll go with 4 minutes backstage. Angle. Wonderful. Right. We saved that. We've saved that. Right. So we want Berlin as the mouthpiece. Can he even talk? Okay. He can cut the promo. That's a cameo appearance. We want cut the promo there. The Barbarian is going to be the muscle, so he can be intimidating. I hope he's got some. Yeah, he's got some good menace. Right. Where's Hugh Morris? He can just do some. He can be dramatic. And then Disco, wherever Disco is, you can be the comic relief, because that's all you're good for. Wonderful, excellent save. let's put this towards the beginning of the show because, well, there, we'll put it there. Okay, we aren't going to do another one of those because we've already got enough chaos going on in the show and we've filled out things and we've got lots to happen that we're going to go through. So hopefully you're not too annoyed that we've only done one random booking idea to add to the show, but we are going to go through now the 31st of January 2000 of WCW Nitro. We're in Paul Bailey Pizzitola Memorial Sports Centre in Rhode Island, I believe. Anyway, the show starts with WCW Commissioner Ric Flair arriving at the arena and being greeted by Mean Gene. This is how we've started some shows recently. Yes. The Nature Boss talks about Sid's guaranteed title shot against Kevin Nash at Super Bowl, but how Eddie Guerrero could jump to the front of the queue by beating Scott Hall tonight. He'll also have an announcement about the US title later on. Now, I forgot I put that in this beginning angle, but I believe I have made an announcement about the US title later, so fingers crossed we have done that. That gets a 65 rating, even though Mean Gene underperformed. Next up, the first match of the night, Sting and Vampiro joining forces to take on the Blue Bloods. Now, Lord Steven Regal lost to a Vampiro Tombstone Piledriver, and he's off to the WWF tomorrow, so there we go. He's doing a job on his final night. Sting carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. Dave Taylor was the weak link, but Dave Taylor probably won't be around for much longer because if Regal's gone, we probably don't need Taylor anymore. 54 rating for this one, and that goes straight into our next angle where 45 rating for this. Not good again. Sting calls out Lex Luger and tells the Total Package that the Commissioner Ric Flair has agreed to grant the winner of their match at Super Bowl a WCW title shot. So huge implications. Luger just needs to make it official by saying yes. Package and Liz arrive and tell Sting that the only way he accepts the match is if it is no DQ, but only for the Total Package. So Sting can still lose by DQ. Luger can win by doing whatever he wants. Sting shows no fear and the match is made official. That one goes down at Super Bowl. The card beginning to take shape in a couple of weeks' time. The brother is backstage with Mean Gene. He's ditched his red and yellow though and has gone full Hollywood thanks to the comments in one of our previous videos. He's taking over the WCW Jack, but when Mean Gene asks if he's willing to step into the ring, he simply says, "Well, that doesn't work for me, brother," and walks away. Well, what will happen here as the Hollywood brother is still mocking Hulk Hogan. Only gets an 18 rating, but, you know, it is what it is. This is what happens when the random booking ideas generate something for us to continue show after show. It won't last for too much longer. Speaking of random booking ideas, one of the beneficiaries of those was Dustin Rhodes, who won the Hardcore title after beating Van Hammer, who randomly won the Hardcore title thanks to our booking idea. Anyway, he's defended the title tonight against Meng, wins it with a curtain call for a 38 rating. Good match, simmering tension. The crowd hasn't been lost yet, which is always good. I do also want to point out that Thunder was incredibly well rated for an auto-booked show, so the auto-booker is better than me. Anyway, this is the enmity being formed, Berlin leading a new group. Apparently, no, that's good actually. I was like, what's Disco got a green thing for? No, his gimmick is naturally suited to being comic relief, which is fine. They want to earn respect and win gold in WCW. It won't last for very long. We'll forget about them in a few weeks. 29 rating there. Thank you. Stevie Ray is cutting a promo on his way down to the ring with his new buddy Big T. The new Harlem Heat are an improvement, yet the weak link Booker T gets himself a tag team title shot tonight. That ain't fair, sucker. Anyway, the best tag team of the year 2000... maybe, are going to wipe the floor with a couple of jobbers tonight, and then Stevie's going to go and ruin his brother's night all over again. It's only got 30, but still, that bleeds into our next match, which wasn't awful. 27, Harlem Heat 2000 beating the Armstrongs. Big T getting the win with a Harlem plunge on Scott Armstrong. Designed to tell a specific story, and that story being that Harlem Heat aren't that great. Big T sustained a swollen calf muscle. I mean, he's already pretty swollen. How much more swollen can he get? That's the question. Does that mean he's going to be out? Okay, he's injured. Thanks, Bobby. We'll see how injured he is. Right, into the more important things. Eddie Guerrero backstage with Mean Gene. He talks about tonight being his last stand, his final opportunity. He's got one chance to prove that he can be a force in the heavyweight division and not just a cruiserweight, a force in WCW in general, and finally take the Guerrero family name to a world title. His friends have turned their backs on him. He's all alone, but he's all in on becoming the WCW champion after beating Scott Hall tonight. He's still got a hot catchphrase, he's still flavour of the month, and he's still leaving. Sorry for spoilers. Next up, just once again, Billy Kidman giving it in the ring. 53 rating for this one. Kidman defended his cruiserweight title against Psychosis after a shooting star press in 7 minutes. Strong match here. He's made his first defense of the title after winning it back last week, after losing it also last week. But ignore that. It's WCW. Kidman wins. Cruiserweights pulling out some good ratings, keeping the crowd unclear. So still okay, but unclear. The next one kind of, I was expecting this to be better. So I'm still not got the hang of booking angles with WCW to get good ratings. DDP and Kanyon with Kim are backstage in a sit-down interview segment with Mike Tenay. Kanyon spends the whole time mocking DDP for his failing career and his failing marriage. But DDP just brushes it off. At least he had a successful career to begin with. And once he beats Kanyon at Super Bowl, nobody will ever remember his name again. Kanyon throws the first punch, though, and security are quick to separate the pair before a full-blown brawl can erupt. We're still unclear, but we'll carry on. Tag title matches up next as Crowbar and David Flair defend against the makeshift team of Booker T and his new buddy Rey Mysterio Jr. But Booker T pins Crowbar after a bookend after Stevie Ray tried to slap him with a slapjack, missed. Hit Crowbar, new tag team champions, Booker T and Rey Mysterio. We're finally going to have a bit of direction with the tag titles. But Crowbar and Flair, well done for your month-long reign. But Booker T and Rey Mysterio are the new champions, and they will be facing Harlem Heat at Super Bowl. Because after the victory, Harlem Heat ruined the party, beat down the new champions, and Stevie calls his shot for a title match at Super Bowl. Even though Big T is injured, we'll see how injured he actually is. Savage, what is Randy Savage only getting a 44 rating for? Savage and the Madness Inc. with their stolen US title make fun of Chris Benoit once again. Benoit faces a member of Madness Inc. tonight in Bam Bam Bigelow, and once Bigelow wins, Savage will officially be the US champion without actually having to step into the ring to win it. Still only gets a 44 though, not sure about that. Actually in the ring though, it worked out pretty good because Benoit defended his title against Bam Bam Bigelow in 6 minutes with a crippler crossface. Makes this defense number 2 of the US title, other one being against Bagwell. This one gets a 64 rating. The crowd are still unclear at the end of the match, but the rating is pretty decent. We'll see how that goes for the rest of the night, and then for some reason Randy Savage just doesn't get the angle ratings that he deserves. Savage attacks Benoit, but the US champion fights back and the pair have a pull-apart brawl. Benoit finally regains physical possession of his US title, and then Ric Flair comes to the ring to announce that Savage and Benoit will officially fight for that title at Super Bowl in a couple of weeks. Well, I think it's just under 3 weeks. I think it was 3 weeks yesterday. But there we go. That one only gets a 49 though, and the crowd still unclear. Never mind. The NWO. Time for angles. Right. Outsiders in the ring. Kevin Nash calls out Sid Vicious, the man who's the new #1 contender but can't be bothered to turn up to work. He questions whether Sid will be the man to lead WCW into the new millennium or not. That's a callback to obviously Sid's gimmick at the end of 1999. Hall interrupts to talk about how Eddie Guerrero might be a dark horse and could theoretically be the next WCW champion instead, but Hall laughs and he'll beat Guerrero tonight, and once Nash gets rid of Sid, maybe the outsiders will face each other for the world title. Hall then jokingly pokes Nash in the chest, but the big man does not look impressed, and before anything else can happen there, Sid storms down to the ring. So he is here tonight. Nash was lying to us. He screams at Nash that he's here and willing to throw down for the title right now, but they exit the ring, and just as they do, Steiner and Jarrett finally turn up. The NWO is still together. They beat down Sid, but security rush down and pull the NWO away. This angle started out at 70, went down to 50, and the third part was 44. 57 overall, but it was okay, I guess. Next up, the crowd is still unclear. Next up in the ring, Eddie Guerrero and Scott Hall surprisingly don't have the match of the night. only gets a 61 rating, but unsurprisingly, Scott Hall wins with the Razor's Edge, the Outsider's Edge, whatever you want to call it. Great. In-ring action was okay. 61 rating, I was expecting a little bit higher. Scott Hall being penalised for being in extremely poor form. I mean, he has been out of the ring for a while, but a good match all the same. Hall defeating Eddie Guerrero, which means Eddie Guerrero is gone. But before he's gone, he gets beat up by the Outsiders, Steiner and Jarrett. They beat him down, but Sid rushes down with Commissioner Ric Flair and Kurt Hennig close behind. The three men make the save and say their farewells to Guerrero, who must now leave WCW for good. We get a 50 rating for this angle. The crowd is still unclear, but that's not the end of the show because the show ends with Nitro going off the air to a video package hyping up the return of the red and yellow as Hulk Hogan will be live on next week's Nitro. Hogan is going through some personal issues. Who cares? I don't, certainly not. 70 rating for this one. Hulk can't bring the ratings, apparently. That's only a 70. It should be higher. But there we go. Hulk is back next week and Hogan still rules WCW. That's the end of the show. Did we manage to do anything decent? 62. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. I'm not sure. It's not as good as Thunder. We'll have a quick look at Thunder in a second. But that was all auto booker and it ruled. But yeah, that was Nitro. I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Where we're heading for Super Brawl. What you think of what's going on. How Hogan is going to return. What that means for the brother. We're going to say goodbye to Eddie Guerrero and William Regal. Or Lord Steven Regal, sorry. We've got new tag team champions. Benoit is still the US champion. Kidman's still the Cruiserweight champion. We've got lots of matches building towards Super Brawl. We'll finish the show there. We've gained popularity in a few regions. Swollen calf muscle. He's out for 30 days. Blooming Ahmed just cannot catch a break, can he? It can be worked through, though, so he can stink up the ring. Financially, we've made some money on the show, but still losing overall because we've got far too many people on the roster. Still losing popularity in the US, gaining it everywhere else though, so we're finally turning things around a little bit. We're going to settle down into the 60s hopefully and start pulling some shows out that actually gain us a bit of popularity, or at least stop bleeding the popularity. But that will hopefully come in the next few weeks as we get more and more things building in WCW that don't make terrible sense. Right, Bobby Duncombe Jr. is gone. I'm not bothered about being Booker of MCW. Eddie Guerrero's gone. Hulk Hogan returns to save the day. Steven Regal's gone. Big T's injured. Jimmy Hart doesn't like Chavo Guerrero. Nitro gets a good TV rating. Total package doesn't like David Flair. Wonderful. Right, there we go. Let's have a quick look over our champions as we close the show. Kevin Nash is world champion. Tag team champions are now Booker T and Rey Mysterio Jr. Benoit is still the US champion. Cruiserweight champion is Billy Kidman. And then the hardcore champion is Dustin Rhodes. That is how we finish the month of January. We've not got too long now until Super Bowl. Just hang on, two episodes of Nitro to go, then Super Bowl, and then we will be on the march towards Uncensored. Thank you so much for watching. I want I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comments about this show, what you're liking so far in WCW 2000, and if that is anything or not. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. I've been Anders, and goodbye.